Welcome back. You're still on Business Compass, and this week we're talking to Dzordzoe Skin Care. And Jennifer, so you started in your room with your little national service allowance, which is very good because it shows that it can be done. It's just a matter of being focused and wanting to do it. And so you are a sole proprietorship, so it's just you. It's a one-person business, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. You're registered with the FDA.
I'm done with the GSA, so I'm yet to do the FDA.
So you have to do the FDA because you're selling products that people use. So it's really, really important that as soon as you leave here, you head straight to the offices of the FDA and you get all the certifications done. Now, you have how many employees?
I currently have 2 employees.
2 employees, okay. So if we asked you how many bottles of bath gel did you sell last month?
Last month I sold about 100.
100.
Yeah.
Of
the bath gel.
which one?
I
Which
think
one
I
is your
sold
bestseller?
more of the turmeric.
You sold more of the turmeric.
Yeah.
So are you tracking so you know which ones are outselling the other ones?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how many of your Share body creams did you sell?
I sold 50 of the butter and I sold 80 of the body oil.
Okay. Now, how does that compare to last year? To February last year?
To February last year. Okay, so there is a slow in business because, as I said earlier, I had a social media challenge. Yes. I changed this brand and this packaging in December. It was first in the bamboo packaging. But I had a social media challenge with another brand who also uses bamboo.
So, there are so many others using plastic.
Yeah.
So why is that a problem that you're using bamboo?
Or what was the social media problem? Was it that they accused you of
They attacked
infringing
me of using
Okay.
the same packaging as they are using. So they started reporting my account and all that.
But the name of the brand was not the same.
No.
Was the product the same?
Yeah, I think they also do shea butter. But I was doing shea butter, black soap and body oil.
Okay.
And the challenge
That's
is that you
interesting.
use
Bamboo.
bamboo packaging.
Yeah.
So why isn't plastic a challenge? Because you're not the only one using plastic packaging.
Yeah.
So was it that they claimed that the bamboo was proprietary to them? Like they own it, they own the idea?
Yeah, that was how they came up. It was one afternoon, all of a sudden I could see that people were tagging me on Instagram, my Snap stories, that I'm using a packaging that belongs to a different brand.
Where were you getting your packaging from?
It was locally made. I actually got people to carve the bamboo for me.
And it was carved differently from the
It
other
was carved
brand.
differently from those outsourced abroad.
I wish you had brought it. I would have liked to see because I think that makes more sense. It's
Yeah.
environmentally friendly. And if it means changing the shape, then fine. But bamboo cannot be proprietary. Maybe the shape and the similarities can be managed so that you're not infringing another's trademark. And I'm not for a minute saying that you were because I haven't seen both brands. But I don't believe you can have. It's almost like saying then the person might as well have a proprietary right over plastic or over paper. People use all kinds of things for packaging. So you cannot have a proprietary right over the material. But if the outcome is similar in shape and form to another's brand, then we can deal with that similarity. But for what you're doing, I think we may have to look at the bamboo again. And see what the options are.
I actually support that idea of the bamboo. Or alternatively, look out for another material that can perform the same function but organic.
Yeah.
And what you went through was is common in business.
Yes.
Well, not too common, but you have to anticipate
happens.
them. It happens. It happens in business. Communication issues, infringement issues, things like that. It's really how you react to it. And I don't know the full story, but I get the sense that you just...
She seems traumatized by it.
You're traumatized
Yeah,
by
I
it.
think I
And it
was.
affected you.
It affected me.
Exactly. But those things happen in business, and it's also a function of the current environment that your business exists in. Very social media based, very.
But it's also good that you didn't give up.
Yeah, exactly. So
You
it's
tried to
important
adapt.
that you try to adapt. Yes, that's.
However, having said that, maybe you should also look at the dependence on social media as a marketing
I was
tool.
going to come to that.
And a lot of small businesses do that. And if all your sales are through social media channels, then you're carrying a major risk. Because if your account is blocked or hacked or reported for any reason, and some of these things, what's the word? Corporate competition can be very vile and very vicious. So any of those things could happen. So really you need to protect your business. And one of the things you should do is try and create a marketing channel outside of social media. So even if it is a WhatsApp group with your core customers, or developing customers outside the social media. We're assuming everybody's on social media, some people are not. So also start breaking that dependence on social media, so that if something like that happens, your market, at least your income channels, some are protected. It's a major risk, and we've seen a lot of businesses ruined through social media attacks.
But
and then
do
the
you have
other thing
other
is
channels aside social media?
Currently, no.
And then there's
Because I
also
was using Instagram as my niche market. Yeah, so.
as your main tool.
Yes, my main tool. So.
I think the challenge for your for small young business owners is also that Instagram is where you guys live. So your personality, your life, your livelihood, your identity, everything is there. And anytime something happens, you feel like the world has come to an end. But there is a world outside of Instagram. Okay, there's a world outside Instagram. And there's a world beyond what people say about you negatively on Instagram. So really, I'm thinking that if you had stepped back a bit and just allowed things to play out differently, you might have not had to change your whole identity. But you can revisit it later. But like she's saying, you have to try and find your customer base beyond just those social media. They are very, very effective. That's the truth. But beyond that, you might actually be able to identify that not everybody who is even following you on Instagram buys your products. You might have 100,000 followers and be making 10 bottles, sales on 10 bottles a month. So it's a lot of hype. It might not necessarily translate into sales.
To show you how serious what you're doing is, even in her business challenges, if you notice, she doesn't say that. She talks about lack of proper marketing, but I can see that you're still thinking only social media. Because number 4, she says social media management tools, as if there's no market outside of social media.
So it's really a very broad scope of things that you can do to get your products out there beyond just Instagram. Okay, Instagram is good, but think about it as well. You can sell to an audience outside of that space.
Can we make a few suggestions for her? That maybe that would help. So you have amazing products like this. Have you tried selling to hotels? Which would require,
No, did you see her eyes? She was like, no.
Hotels have a little packaging. Have you tried doing a travel set?
Okay.
If I want to travel, I'm not going to be able to travel with this big black soap. So at the airport, those airport-friendly sizes, travel agents could help you push that. People are traveling. Bridal parties.
As gift items.
Yes, small, nicer sizes would be great gifts. And it could even be personalized.
Yeah.
For weddings as souvenirs. There's so many things you can be doing that the quantities would be bigger. The sizes may be smaller, but you're doing bigger, because if you're doing, let's say, soap, shea oil, whatever, for a party, it's it comes like that, but you're pushing bigger quantities rather than sticking to the traditional bathroom sizes where people are buying 1, 2, 5. You could be selling larger units. I think that's the point. So there's a whole market outside. I mean, In the hospitals, people, they are using soap. Why do you think that they don't want natural soap and we must be stuck with tablet soap, which is even more work for somebody who is sick rather than the liquid one? So there's a whole market out there that you just need to expand your horizons a bit more, and maybe if you just stepped out of Instagram market, it may help.
And then recognize that awareness doesn't always lead to sales.
Yes.
Or
yeah, that's why she said she wanted to be a top mentioned.
Yes. Top mention does not necessarily lead to sales. It's a nice thing to be popular. It's a nice thing for everybody to know about you and what you do. But you have to be focused on how does this translate into sales.
Yeah, in business to make money.
And every time you do something, you should think about how does this affect my bottom line? How does this affect my sales? Not just because it's a nice thing to do. So if you're posting pictures and you're doing activities on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else, think about how does this translate into sales. I think that's a very missing link.
Yes.
So you might be spending hours and hours and hours creating content for Instagram and getting zero revenue. And you might even be spending and getting more emotional stress, but it's not leading to any business. And you think that Instagram is not effective. It's not because Instagram is not effective, it's how you're using it. So if you mention that you have challenges with social media management tools, it could actually be that the people who have liked your page or follow you on Instagram are not your customers.
Yes.
They're your friends. They're your fans. You have to separate fans and friends from customers.
Good
not
point.
everybody who
I
is
think
following
that's
you.
a great place to take a break and do Coach's Corner. And when we come back from Coach's Corner, we're going to look at Jennifer's money, because like Petra is saying, it's good to have fans on social media. It's good to have a lot of noise around your buzz around your brand, but the bottom line is to make money. So Frank is going to talk to us about how we can help Jennifer make money, because she mentions as one of her challenges access to financial resources. So we switch over to Coach's Corner, and when we come back, we talk money.